You got a plan.
What's up, everyone? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cameron Ashton. A little bit about me: I love Jesus, fashion, and music, but more than that, I'm passionate about helping people find their purpose. I've been working out for about 3.5 years now, and it all started because of my best friend named Zian. He pulled me out of a dark place whenever I started to lose myself. He introduced me to the gym and gave me purpose when I didn't see one. After losing him in one of the most painful ways, I went through a lot of grief, anger, silence, and searching. But somewhere in the middle of all of that pain, I started to find something bigger than me. I put my faith in Jesus Christ, and through that, He gave me courage, strength, and a new direction. And crazy enough, music festivals also became part of that healing. This year I decided to drive down to Bonnaroo by myself, which I have done in the past, but this year was just different. Once I arrived in Manchester, I made sure to get in that early morning gym sesh before entering the festival. I figured I'd be missing out on the gym for the week, so why not get one last good pump in? After that, it was time to meet up with some friends that I've been camping with for the past 3 years now. As we arrived into Bonnaroo, we were greeted by some of the best neighbors anyone could ask for. After getting everything set up, we sat around and talked with our new friends from Charleston. Mallory made us some amazing food like she always does, and that was the end of day 1. Day 2 was the official start of Bonnaroo, and we were more than excited to get things started. Before it got later in the day, we decided to go into Bonnaroo and check out the new stage setups and get some artist merch. I ended up going with a slightly stupid shirt because it looked like the Modelo logo, which is ironic because not only do I like Slightly Stupid and Modelo, but that was also Zian's favorite beer. After dropping off our merch back at the campsite, we headed back into Bonnaroo, only this time we were stopped by the security guard. The man had noticed I had a bag full of these many figures of Jesus and Bible stickers, and he asked if he could have one, and I told him that's what it's all about, spreading love and leading people to Jesus. So I gave him a sticker and a little figure. As the night continued, we made our way to the Tape B and Of the Trees back-to-back set. Of the Trees holds a special place in my heart and is one of the reasons I decided to even go to Bonnaroo this year. He was an artist that Zian had actually introduced to me. Up next, we made our way over to the Witch stage, which was starring none other than Luke Combs and a special guest appearance from John Bellion. After the Luke Combs set, we made our way over to the other stage for a quick stop to see none other than my so-called doppelganger, Dom Dalla, followed up by one of the most craziest groups I have ever seen in the ICP known as Insane Clown Posse. And man, did they put on a heck of a show. After a late night of dancing back at camp and making memories, it was time to call it a night. Day 3 started and the rain had came through. It just felt like it was never going to stop. And by the time it hit 4 p.m., Live Nation had announced that the festival had been officially canceled. As bummed and depressed as we were, we knew that we had to make the most of it, so we made our mission to still give everyone something to remember. We ran around the farm letting everyone know that we were throwing one of the biggest renegades that Bonnaroo had ever seen. Telling every group to gather up their friends, and if anyone knows how to DJ and has a file to pull up and plug it in. I met some other content creators as well as some guy who had the same cross tattoo that I have on my knee. So you already know I had to give him a little Jesus and Bible sticker. And after one of the most successful renegades I had ever been a part of, it was time to prepare for the leave. Day 4 started in absolute chaos. Tents were flying, people running. Bonnaroo was wild. I walked outside and I couldn't believe the mess that occurred in just a few hours. But even through the madness, we found joy. We decided to travel to a campground 2 hours away called the Fall Creek Falls with our new friends from Charleston and a couple of others. The campsite was beautiful, but the best part had yet to come. As we were sitting around our campsite and the night went on, a group of people had walked up to our campsite because they could hear our music playing. It just so happened to be a group of people that were at our renegade, and even performed his own set for us. It was such a crazy incident, but the night was cut short due to a park ranger. The next morning, we said our goodbyes to our new friends from Charleston, and then we dipped out to Alabama and found ourselves at the Cathedral Caverns. The caverns were not at all what I was expecting, and it took me back to how I started this whole journey. My entire goal was to lead others to Jesus, and here I am finding myself in a cave that looks just like a cathedral. God always finds a way to make things poetic. Saying goodbye is always weird. It's like you live a whole life in just one extended weekend. The drive back gave me time to think and reflect on everything that had happened, and the gym was heavily on my mind the whole way home. In fact, I even made it a point to stop in the gym before heading back home. This trip wasn't just a trip. It was a reminder life is short, but connection is deep. Purpose can be found anywhere, in grief, in music, in movement. And I'm not here just to create content. I'm here to tell stories that help people heal. Zian's legacy lives on in every step I take, every ride, every lift, every moment I choose to keep going. This is purpose. This is how I ride. Real quick, I just wanted to give a special shout out to my boy Stas for this edit. He's the guy in the Grom ahead of me right here, and he's the one that made this video a little bit more entertaining. I also want to give a special shout out to this guy I ran into on my way home from Bonnaroo when I went to the gym. He wanted to get a couple progress pics, and here they are. Enjoy.